and unique, because one thing I said about myself.
Wait. Fart jokes are unique?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Don The Kraken Witt here, and me and my buddy here, White Storm, we are really excited to announce a new show that we're doing. It is yet untitled at the moment, but I want to introduce you to him. Typically, when I have a question about YouTube or something special that I want to do with the video, I've always reached out to my buddy here, and he's been a lot of help, and he's a good guy. He's a good dude. We've had a lot of laughs already, and we just wanted to actually sit down with you guys and talk about a lot of stuff that's been on our mind, things we find interesting, funny, and I'm gonna let him take it away. White Storm, you want to introduce yourself and tell everyone where they can find you?
Hey guys, how's it going? White Storm here, and you can find me on YouTube, and you can find me in deepest England in Oxfordshire. I really normally do gaming videos, and I try and commentate my way through, and I prefer to be playing kind of open world survival multiplayer games, where I can find randoms and have a funny chat with and just have a bit of a laugh. I love to build as well and do things like that. And recently I've been doing a few tutorials and stuff like that and helping a few people out. And that's my internet side, but in the real world, I'm in the Royal Air Force, and I'm an engineer. I work with radios and I fix them and break them and then fix them again, just for fun and empire building and stuff like that. And whenever anybody has a question or needs any help with anything, I generally tend to go balls deep and help them. But I think Don might have picked up on a few little quirky things that I have about myself, where I like to say random stuff and laugh at fart jokes. And there he goes now. He can't help himself.
And I find this very, very fun and unique, because one thing I said about myself.
Wait. Fart jokes are unique?
That's not what
The oldest joke in the book.
It's a knee slapper, dude. Like, fart jokes, they never get old, man. They never. Dude, I was trying to be serious there for a second. You realize that, right? Like,
Don't be too serious, because that stinks.
I don't even remember what the fuck I was saying, dude.
Put you off.
Yeah. Oh, but I got it.
All right.
One thing that I really like about this right here is, I said that, and this was to myself and to some other people, I never wanted my videos just to be about one thing or geared towards one thing in specific. Now, there is the Game of Thrones and the Song of Ice and Fire. That's a big passion of mine. That's why I started to do YouTube in the first place. But another reason is I wanted to talk to people. I really did, and I've found it very enjoyable. And I didn't even find you in the same community. I found you elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? And I just think it's really cool that I can step outside of my box a little bit, and that's what you're doing too. It's like you do tutorials and gaming videos, and now all of a sudden we're having a discussion back and forth about fucking fart jokes.
And how does that make you feel?
Yeah, dude, like warm and fuzzy, man. like warm and fuzzy. It's great.
That you might need to go wipe.
I need to go wipe. Might need a fucking mop. Have you always lived balls deep in Oxford or wherever the hell you said you are?
No. I've only lived here for about 18 months, really. Before that, it was Cyprus, and before that,
Cyprus.
Norwich.
Where's that?
It's in the Mediterranean. It's about 70 miles away from Syria.
Okay.
Below it's Egypt, and above it's Greece.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a little tiny island. Nothing special, apart from it's really sunny and really, really great for barbecues.
Nice.
And it used to be British territory, like a third of the world. Let's reminisce for a minute. Okay, done.
Right.
I say reminisce like I was there. Jeez, I
Right.
was not there.
Mm-mm. And it's funny, we're actually the same age.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're the same age.
But
Well,
you've had some significantly different lives.
yeah, and I think that's pretty funny. You
Yeah.
know, well, you're a couple months older than I am.
I just had
Yeah.
my 30th just now. So well.
Yeah, so and I'll be 30 in August, so 5 months apart, yeah. But you're older.
Some say wiser.
I doubt that. I've always been about 20 or 30 minutes north of Atlanta, Georgia, in of obviously the United States. I'm American, you know, but it's kind of like the suburbs, I guess. You know, if we ever wanted to go to the city, we just hop on the highway. There's a train system in Atlanta. I've always lived outside of it, so we've always had to just drive into it. Yeah, I've pretty much born and raised here. When I was little, well, my mom's side of the family is actually from Alabama, which is the next state over, and at the beach, and spent every summer for like 18 years there, you know, and it's kind of in my roots, I guess, like South Alabama, well, the Southeast and in general of the United States. And I don't know, never really left. I got a friend that travels all over the United States for different giant shopping centers, and like he remodels and stuff. He goes down to Miami, Florida, you know, to California, all through the, you know, the West and whatnot. And he grew up here, and he was like, where we live is actually one of the coolest places I've ever been, you know. And he always tries to go out, you know, and experience these places, you know. And he still says where we are is just hands down the best. And I was like, well, damn, I never even left. So
What quantifies the best? What makes it the best? Because I would suggest Edinburgh is probably one of the best places I've ever been. And I've
well, we're talking about just little United States here, you know. But like he's been to a lot of major cities in the United States, and he was like, there's just not as much to do. But this is just his opinion, you know. And where we can drive to the ocean, we got the big city. We live where we actually live is right next to a big lake, you know. He's got a boat. There's an airport in our little town where people have private jets, and you can go and skydive. It's just a populated area to where you never run out of things to do, you know. And then if you do, you can just go to the city.
And I was born in Innsworth in Gloucester, which is away down south in the West Country, which is the borders between England and Wales, where they talk like that, farmers and that, you know, right? Innit? I forget to put them in.
I love your breakdowns of like telling me where, because when you say these places, I literally have no fucking idea where you're talking about.
Well, just you wait, Sonny Jim. Just you wait, because right, I've got a theory that hobbits is come from there.
Oh my god, yeah. Like you're describing
Proper
these places.
farmer.
I'm like, does it look anything like the Shire at all? Like anything?
No.
No. Okay.
Maybe like Mirkwood. Yes, I used to play Lord of the Rings online. I know I've explored that entire area. I intrinsically know the entire kind of Middle Earth situation.
So what's the deal with the whole gaming in the first place? I mean, like I understand gaming, but like mine has been very, very minute. You know, like I had a PlayStation 3. I finally bought a PlayStation 3 the year before the PS4 came out. I was fucking flabbergasted. And I didn't even like keep up with it. I bought the bundle, you know, and like I got a couple open world games. I love open world games, you know, and so I went real heavy on Skyrim, you know,
Mm.
but and in Far Cry 3, you know, but then I built the PC, you know, and then I was like, fuck a PS4. Like I'm building a PC because I want to do, you know, the YouTube and game, you know, and I got my Xbox controller because fuck a keyboard and a mouse, you know, and so I'm kind of limited on my games. Like I got The Witcher 3 and I love all the Batman games because it's fucking Batman and it's open world. It's fucking great. You know, but like you, I see you play shit I've never seen before, you know, and so what prompted you to play these fucking games that the general population has never even fucking heard of? And then like why did you start to put it on YouTube?
Uh, to describe this, you really got to talk about an evolution or a genesis of gaming and where we first kind of start out with, because that really makes your journey have a start point. I started out with some sort of Commodore or something. I don't know. It was a tape deck. You stick in the tape and you play Fruity Frank. My dad bought this years and years and years ago, and we played it for ages, and it was brilliant. And it was a PC. We didn't have consoles when I was little, and we had it on a 14-inch TV about that big. And then I remember we moved back to England from Holland or Den Nederlands, because my dad was on deployment there for 4 years. And we came back, and everywhere had computers, but they weren't real computers like they have today. They were BBC kind of computers or things like that with just text on the screen. They weren't the way it is, and there was a few games. But after that, we then didn't really have computers in our lives. So we moved up to Scotland, where I was a young child, I guess, so but 5 to 6 kind of age, and we got a new computer, and it was kind of Windows 3.1, and that's where I learned how to play Doom.
Oh
The
God.
greatest, originalist, coolest platform game ever. That was what sparked it, and that was 5 or 6 floppy disks in the machine. And I think because I'm an engineer now in real life, it's putting together a PC, it's creating something, making it work, figuring stuff out, problem solving.
Divide and conquer.
Yeah, but you're not just doing that these days. On a console, it's all packaged up for you, and you can only go at that speed, and you can only do what they say. And it's kind of me revolting against the world. My PC, for instance, is something
Master
I made.
race
I made it.
PC.
I built it.
Right. I built mine too, dude. That's how I feel
Man.
too. Yeah, that I feel the exact same fucking way.
Yeah, I mean, when I look at it with spanner eyes. Makes my nuts tighten
Yeah.
because you know I built it. It's water cooled. It's amazing. I can make it better. I can overclock it. I can do whatever I like. I can run pretty much any game. And I built it. Oh, the best part about my PC, I picked all the parts on Part Picker, saved up a ton of money, and then went to look at it at Christmas, and it was about £300 too expensive. And then I looked at it in January, and I got it £300 cheaper.
Nice.
So I could see in real time the difference in the price. So I've gone. I basically, but I didn't really start gaming for myself until I joined the RAF, and that was because I became an engineer, and I wanted to play and build at the same time. And one of the reasons why I started putting my stuff on YouTube is it just seemed like the natural evolution. Because when you start YouTube and you start off with a real, I mean, if you look at some of my early videos, they are horrific. Or in the words of my daughter, they are ferocious.
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 I feel the same way about my early videos. I was like, what was I doing? Like,
yeah. some crazy loop videos going on there. But now, some of the stuff that I can make is pretty awesome. Some of it's crap, I will admit, but some of it's awesome. The fact that I can get 1080p with no lag and decent audio, that is a year's worth of struggling to get stuff to work. You know?
Right, right. That's what
that's the attraction.
I was talking to you, man. Like, and yeah, I've picked your brain of it because and everybody that watches this, him and I, we use the same program, the Movie Studio Platinum 13, you know, but it was the process. Like, you know, I was watching people, you know, make YouTube videos, and like I was sitting here like, I want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be able to do that, and learning these things, you know, like the whole reason I had a computer in the first place is because my a couple of my followers know this. 2 years ago, you know, my dad passed away. White, you don't know that, you know, but I got his computer, so I finally had my own computer, and I was 28 and finally had my own computer, you know, and I was like, okay, so I want to do this and I want to do that, and it was such a piece of crap. Like, but compared to what I know now, there wasn't even a graphics card in it. It was so stock, it wasn't even funny, you know, and things were like soldered in, or HP had like just like the whole motherboard was just this giant. It wasn't even that big. It was actually small, but it was just like a motherboard with everything soldered onto it, like, just period. You know, that's it. There was no way that you could customize this whatsoever. The only thing that was salvageable from that computer was the mechanical hard drive and the CD-ROM. And I actually have both of those in this computer, you know, but then I was like, okay, so I want to screen capture a video or something, you know, or like me playing a game, like, let me do that. And yeah, I can't, you know, I can't. So I was like trying to do all these things to get around it, and it just wasn't adding up. And I'm like fucking around with Windows Movie Maker, you know, and I was like, this is fucking garbage, you know. And then so
I started out too with Windows Movie Maker.
Right, you know, and so like I fucking ripped out the CD-ROM, I ripped out the fucking hard drive, and literally I went to the store and I was like, okay, I want that head unit, or like that case, you know, and then this and this and this and this. And the whole reason I got the graphics card when I did is because Arkham Knight hadn't come out yet, and if you get the NVIDIA 960 through 990, any one of them, you know, like, it comes with the Batman game, but they didn't tell you that it was fucking broken on PC. You know what I'm saying? So the frame rate's all fucked up, you know, so I thought I was doing something wrong, you know, when I'm playing the game, you know, like with like screen tears and shit. No, it ain't my computer. It ain't my computer, because like I'm playing the
empty moment, and for you, that's that.
Yeah, dude, and like, so I'm playing The Witcher 3, and I'm like, oh my god, this is more beautiful than real life. Like, what? I don't even need to go outside.
Oh,
you know?
I just remembered you use a controller.
Oh,
You're
dude,
not natural, man.
Huh?
You're not natural.
What do you mean?
I got a Corsair mechanical keyboard, K70 Vengeance, sitting in front of me. I got an M45 Corsair Raptor. And you're rocking a Xbox controller.
Oh yeah, dude, Xbox One. Totally. And it blew my mind. So like, I was like, I am not playing these fucking games
at the very
on
least,
my computer.
You're tell me that you're using a Scuff controller.
Scuff? What the fuck are you talking about?
Write that down.
You and your fucking gaming terminology. I'm sorry, I'm not hip with your fucking people. All I have is an Xbox One controller. And it's tethered. It's fucking tethered.
It's not even wireless. There, I put it in chat. Scuffgaming.com.
I will look at that
Uh,
later.
they're fully customized kind of controllers. I don't use controllers because they're for noobs.
Yeah, yeah, and that's definitely what I am.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna have to 1v1 now.
Oh, you know what? What? Okay, get me on a fucking GoldenEye 007 from Nintendo 64 fucking mod, and I will beat your ass right now. Fucking
Yeah.
pistols, fucking license to kill. You're done. You're
Uh,
done.
Probably, yeah, probably, because I'm
Yeah.
crap with an N64 controller, which is why I use mouse and keyboard. Oh dear. I'm absolutely horrific at controllers. I wouldn't even know where to start with one, to be
I mean,
honest.
it's all I knew though.
I must admit, I got pressurized into buying a PS3. I think I've used it as a DVD player.
Oh yeah, dude, like fucking it's awesome. Like the only thing I use my PlayStation now is if I want to play Blu-ray, and I used to use it for YouTube and Netflix because there was an app you could just like take your
Yeah.
phone and just, like and throw it up on the TV. But I bought a $25 Chromecast, and now it just sits there. The only reason it's there is if I want to play a Blu-ray or if I get some wild hair up my ass and I want to play fucking Far Cry 3 or Skyrim. That's it.
I think I have. It's in a suitcase. I think it's there, actually, on that. I think it's just sitting there. It's not. I know you can't see, but to my left are some bunk beds which I
Right.
use for my kids when they come to stay, and it's in a suitcase because I took it to work one time to watch YouTube.
Right.
Yeah, and for Amazon Prime, so it's not even plugged in. Don't.
And I tell you, man, like I bought it less than a year, the whole bundle, less than a year before the PS4 came out. I was so fucking mad. And like I wasn't actively on YouTube. I wasn't actively looking at all these things I now find interesting. You know what I'm saying? And I'm fucking pissed, like because I could have saved that money, spent a 100 extra dollars, and actually had a PS4.
Or not bothered at all and just got a better graphics card.
I didn't even have the PC at the time,
Yeah, I
you
mean,
know?
I'm still upset with myself for buying the PS3, sorry, because I've always been a PC gamer. I'm getting my P's wrong. Prior planning prevents piss poor performance. There you go. Cheers, mom. Um, but I bought it before when I had my last PC, so I didn't even have this PC, and the last PC was pretty good, but it wasn't the one I've got now. And I was told, oh, everybody does LAN nights, and we all get together, and we do this games, and bring your PC and a shit TV, and we'll all play together. Not once have I used it for that.
Wow.
So yeah, there's 300 and something euros wasted because I
Yeah.
bought it in Cyprus at the time. So literally, I used it I took it to work. And do you know what? My wife, I feel so sorry for her. She bought me Guitar Hero and a guitar, and I played it. I played. She bought me every single Guitar Hero that was out at the time as well. There was like 6 games,
Right.
and I bought 3 of them that are not opened. I just don't find that the PlayStation is responsive enough. I don't find it loads quick enough compared to my solid state hard drive. And I
Right.
know, yes, for the diehard PlayStation people, you could clone the hard drive that's in it and put it onto an SD and stick it in and get the same performance that way. But I just find that the PlayStation technology is really old, all of it, and it's just slow and it's clunky and it's crap. It looks pretty. That's the only difference. And for the same money, I think to myself, I can have a PC that works double as well. It's like people that buy Apple products. They just need a slap because once you buy one thing, you have to buy the next thing that's Apple, and the next thing that's Apple, and it's just it's just crap. I just like to have my PC because I can upgrade it and I can tweak it and play with it, and it'll still be the same PC. Probably not 7 or 8 or 9 years later, but it's scalable a lot easier than for me. And I just enjoy the journey that you go on with a PC. With a PlayStation, you don't go on that journey. You buy a product and suck up that product, and then you throw it away. And I treat my PC like it's another a part of the family.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Like I'm starting to customize it. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like to put my fucking stickers on it and shit. Like, and I was having a problem earlier, like that we could hear with my fans, and I just finally got fucking fed up with that shit, and
But it makes you sort it.
yeah, and then so like all of a sudden, like fucking, I shut it down. I killed the power switch and fucking, I just go in there and I literally just unplugged them bitches from the motherboard. I was like, no more, like, and the they sold me, and I was just like, yeah, like I'm building my computer. I wanted to do this and I wanted to, do that, and they were like, oh, well, you're definitely going to need to cool this bad boy down, and I was just like, yeah, give me those two fans as well. You know what I'm saying? So like
Take
I
all
put I
money.
put them
I
bitches
care
on.
for nothing but money.
Right, yeah. I mean, like,
Take it
dude, but
all.
it made sense, and they were probably right. You know what I'm saying? But like, I was just like, okay, but I didn't
Welcome to
think about
PC
I didn't
gaming.
think about the fucking noise it would fucking create. You know what I'm saying? And then so like when I go to do my videos and shit, like I have to like compensate because I got these two fucking fans,
Yeah.
and like do some shit in Audacity, and it fucking, dude, I just got super tired of it, and then like me and you, we were bullshitting like with some videos earlier, and like I sent you a link to the video. I was in like the whole time I wasn't even focused on us. I was like, listen to those goddamn fans, you know and you're like, hey, this is a good video. I was like, but the fans, like, dude, I can't fucking do it, like, so I popped the fucking side off. I disconnected them sons of bitches, and fucking we are in business,
Now
So,
now they're just table ornaments.
yeah, nah, they're still screwed in there, man. Like they're gonna stay right there.
You don't want me to get started on what I've had to go through with my fans. I bought a Corsair Coolmaster case. I can't remember the numbers. I think it's 400 something. And I thought there would be enough space for the RAM, and then the water cool radiator to go on the top, and then 2 fans to go underneath, and then everything to fit in perfectly. And guess what? When the RAM's in and the radiator's in, the fans don't fit. So I've had to bolt them to the top outside of the case. So
Whoa.
I can hear them as well. So in order to make them still cool it down, I've had to flip them over so that they suck through instead of blow
Push
through.
down. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a problem, and I've come up with a solution that I think I might try in the next couple of weeks. I reckon the RAM is only going to be 1.5, 2 mil thick. If I just take a normal blade and just cut through it, make a slot that's dead straight, then the RAM can slot into the chassis of the fan casing, and it can all be incorporated. And then the fans can then be inside the computer instead of on the outside.
That's fun. That's fun. Do you what channels do you follow that do funky computer stuff? Like, have you heard of NCIX, Linus Tech Tips and stuff?
No,
Oh
being an
man,
engineer, I tend to just build everything myself. If I got a
right.
problem, I just build my way through it.
Mhm.
Generally,
See, I'm not like you. I need help. I need help. Like fucking, I'm like a lost child in the woods.
nearly went into the Beatles there.
Yeah.
I'm so close.
I fucking love the Beatles, man. Like I in my living room, I got this like fucking 5 by 5 foot tapestry of Abbey Road of them like walking across the street, like, and
I
I
had similar to
actually,
film the other day.
I what?
I
What'd you
was
say?
in Liverpool the other day for my birthday.
You fucking asshole.
My wife treated me to go to. I support Liverpool Football Club.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've got to start speaking like a fucking scouser. You know what I mean?
Like a
You know,
scouser.
you know what I mean. That's what they like, eh? And I went to Anfield to for a special VIP meal, and then she took me to the football stadium, and we got to have a nice VIP tour around it and a 3-course meal. And I got, where is it? Hang on,
Hang on a tick.
hang on a tick.
Hang on a tick.
Where is it? Hang on a tick, like, eh? What's going on? I fucking lost me fucking marbles. Where's it gone?
You can see your crack.
And I met in the Anfield Stadium. This is me in the Anfield Stadium.
Okay.
Yeah. 3
Nice.
legends from the 1974 football team. Who signed it on the top? Callahan, Jimmy Case, and Robertson. 3 guys that it was just incredible. But do you know what? I went to New York in August last year, and I saw kind of the place where everybody kind of landed, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And then I went to Liverpool for my birthday at the start of March, and I saw where they left from. Some of them, at least, from the docks there, like the other side. And it's really weird because I don't know if they just regenerated it recently, but it's really pretty. Really pretty. The buildings are huge, massive, old stone and granite buildings and stuff. And then it's like what you would imagine a really decadent, wide boulevarded streets to be like. But then you go into the rest of Liverpool, generally with earplugs in because the accent is horrific.
What does it sound like?
So it's fucking phlegm going fucking everywhere. Every word's a swear word, you know what I mean?
You saw
And
fucking phlegm.
oh my god,
going
like
everywhere.
they're horrific. I can't even do it because I've got a bit of a cold. But you know, Steven Gerrard, you know, it's seriously though. I nearly burst into hello, help! I need somebody.
Help! I need somebody. Man, dude, I fucking love the Beatles, man. Like big time, big time. I've seen Paul McCartney with my own 2 eyes. Like he did. There's this place in Atlanta. It's called Piedmont Park, and it's kind of one of the last places in Atlanta that has it's like a park. It's got grass and like fucking trees, you know, and shit. Like, you know, in the middle of a city. Yeah, it's a fucking park, you know. And so Paul McCartney decides that he is going to come to Atlanta and do a benefit for Piedmont Park concert. Okay, there's over 100,000 people there, and he donates all the proceeds for the preservation of the park. You know, and
process.
Yeah, mind you, everybody in the crowd just completely fucking trashes the place. Everybody's just fucking wasted, you know, like all these Southern Americans, you know, like in Georgia, you know, like fucking
having a hoedown or something.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like fucking, there's just beer everywhere, you know, like, and fucking everybody's just going nuts. And I literally had to fight my way to the front, you know, like there's blood everywhere. There's piss, you know, everywhere, beer, the mud, the blood, and the beer, you know, like just going right through it. And like literally I got so close to Paul McCartney that I could have taken the gum out of my mouth if I was chewing gum at the time, and like literally just like threw it and like hit his ass. Like that's how fucking
Then
close
he would have been
was.
like, help!
Yeah. Yeah, help! You know, like fucking, I just get tackled by these fucking guys, you know. But it was just such like a defining moment for me. You know, like I was in the presence of this person that like I've looked up to, you know, and I've
That Ringo Starr doesn't even think is the original Paul McCartney.
right,
If you believe the conspiracy theories,
right, right,
they say they left the original Paul McCartney in Germany.
right. And
Some
yeah, that's why he's not wearing shoes on Abbey Road, and like fucking the license plates on the back of the cars leave clues as to fucking his death day. Like you know, and shit like that. Like
I think Ringo
fuck that.
Starr's pulling her up.
Oh my god. Nah. Nah, he's real, everybody. Paul McCartney is alive. Yeah, like, he's real. He's a real person.
He's just gotten older a little
Oh
bit.
my god. It's fucking wild, dude. Like I know about all of those conspiracy theories, dude. Like because that's what I was about, you know, before I even knew what the internet was. I was like, what are they like? Is he alive? You know, like I don't know.
How does this affect me?
All about that shit, man.
Yeah. Liverpool's a nice place. I'd highly recommend going to it. Yeah, it's a transitional city. Parts of it still look like it did in the 1800s, and parts of it look like it's ultra modern.
Dude, so like if I go to Liverpool, if I get drunk, do I have to walk around and like fucking snap my fingers and like wait for the next soccer gang that's like on the corner that like wants to corner me and beat me up? Or if I'm with the wrong if I'm with the wrong soccer people, are we about to get into a fucking street brawl?
If
Because
you call it soccer, you'll get slapped.
okay, if I'm hanging out with the wrong football people,
Uh-huh.
is there a chance I
Then
may
don't meet
end
the other
up
football people.
like on a 12-on-12 fucking street brawl?
You've been watching Green Street or something?
I did watch Green Street, but that's also every other British movie I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
Yeah, man, they're fucking soccer football fanatics over there. Yeah.
Again.
Pardon me. Pardon me.
Pardon me.
Yeah, pardon me.
Oh dear. There are many more British movies than you might think.
He goes, well, first problem is you call it soccer, you're definitely gonna get your ass beat. Second, you know?
Let us start a tally, shall we? First of all, you can't say its freaking name. Second of all, you don't pick the ball up unless you're the goalie.
Right.
Third of all, there's an offside rule. It confuses all women and it sorts out the dykes from the straights. Fourth rule, you need 12 pints to enjoy it if they don't score.
Right.
Fifth rule, you've got to try and drink the 12 pints. And each pint has to be fully leaded beer, not these light beers. Unless you're in Yorkshire, and then it has to be a pint of bitter.
No, there was a comparison. It was like it said football fans versus football fans, and like it showed Americans in like a football stadium just sitting there, you know, like in their chairs, just like, you know, like watching American football, you know, and stuff like that. And then it like switched to overseas soccer football, and everybody was like standing up and like just fucking like turned down for what, like everybody was just going fucking nuts, you know, like, and the game hadn't even started yet. There's like strobe lights going on, there's fog everywhere, you know, like, and everybody is losing their fucking minds, you know. And then it flashes back to American football, and it shows like these girls like sitting in their fucking seats, just like with their phone up, taking selfies,
eating hot dogs.
Yeah, just like
Whereas
chilling.
everybody in England is got like flags in the sky. We've
Yeah,
got,
and like throwing shit. Yeah, and like
who are
people
you?
are.
Who are
Yeah,
you? Who the fuck are you?
yeah.
You're not singing anymore.
It like gave me goosebumps. I was like, dude, these people are like for real.
Well,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
when you work all week and you go to the football on a Saturday and you've been waiting all week for that one day to go out with your mates and see the football, and if you can actually afford to get a bloody ticket these days, you make the most of it. You're not going to sit there with your thumb up your ass, are you? You're going to
nah,
get down and dirty and have a, you know, and if if there's 20,000 fans against 3,000 away fans, you're going to give them what for, aren't you? Because they're from a
right.
different city. Because and this is something that me and my wife have discussed a lot. In Scotland, when you ask somebody where they're from, they say Scotland. But in England, it's different because you're not from England. Yorkshiremen are from Yorkshire, like Manx are from Manchester, Geordies are from Newcastle, and they'll all say, Cockneys are from London. You know what I mean, mate? You know what I mean? Oh, I've got a Cockney in me. Ugh. Get that out of you. Each group of people in England are from an area, like the Cornish are from Cornwall. You go up to them and ask them, are you from Great Britain? Generally, they'll say yes, but I'm from this area in Great Britain. And the only group of people who are not like that are people like myself, who have been in the military for far too long and have lost kind of their identity and can put it on, basically. Because I can seem to assimilate into any of the communities quite easily because I'm not really from those communities, but local people are from an area. They're not from England per se. And I don't know if that's the same in other countries, but it is certainly, I mean, Welsh people are from Wales generally. They don't say that they're from, because they have a national identity, whereas in England, you don't have that national identity like they do in other countries for some reason, or other places. It's weird. I don't know. Have you ever noticed anything like that yourself? Is it the same in America?
Um,
Or
I
are you?
think I think we kind of all identify together. It's just like what gets us is the main thing in America is the, believe it or not, slavery and oppression and other things like that are still relatively new in our country. You know what I'm saying? Like, in America is very young, and
America is 500 years old in terms of white people going there, I guess. And
right,
slavery only happened for what, 200 years? Or it
right.
was abolished 200 years ago? I don't see
Uh,
how that's really relevant in the modern society.
but you see it every single day, every single day here in America. There's so many things that are extremely racist. People, it doesn't matter who you are, where you're from. Like, there's racism of all different types here in America, and it's very dominant. It's very dominant, and it's actually gotten a little bit out of control, and then, like, especially with everything that's going on right now. It's March 23rd, 2016. We have some pretty ridiculous political elections going on right now, and the amount of racism on so many different sides is,
Yeah.
it's I'm not saying it's amazing in a good way. I'm saying it's amazing in a bad way because I'm actually looking at it and I'm actually seeing it. you
What
know
gets me is first of all, you guys let that happen every day. The second thing for me, and I've been told off for this opinion quite a lot, I don't believe in racism. I don't believe it's a real thing because I believe personally that we're the same race. Everybody's the same race, and that's the human race.
right.
And I don't know
I
if that's a bad thing or a good thing because I know people like sometimes to be categorized in a little box. But if I was to say to you that a different race would be the Neanderthals because they're completely different from us, even though they're dead now, that would have been a different race to me, The Chinese, they're the same race as me. And the thing that pisses me off the most about the whole, especially with Donald Trump, he's singling out Muslims and stuff like that as saying that they are a different race. But being a Muslim, that's an ideology. That's not a race. That's
Dude,
a.
and he's
Well, it's
also talking about building a fucking wall to separate
Well, we tried
America
that once already.
from South America.
We did
You
that
know?
once already, and did that work? Well, we fucking chopped it down in '91. The Berlin Wall. It doesn't work. All walls are built to come down.
Right.
And what about all the Mexican tunnels that go straight into America?
Right.
Are they going to build it 6 foot deep as well?
I don't know. I mean, like I'm not racist. You know, like my girlfriend is African American. You know, and
That's another thing that annoys me. African American. Did they even go to Africa?
You know what? You know what? But like it gets to a point to where like you have to say that because you don't want to offend someone. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to.
It gets real worse. It goes even further. It's like health and safety. Then you have to start saying that you're a heterosexual West Country Englishman from Great Britain in Europe, but not in Europe because we don't like to differentiate, but we do like to differentiate part of the planet Earth, part of the Sol system, part of the Milky Way. You know, you start having to categorize yourself completely.
Right. I agree.
It's like Americans saying that they're Irish American. You're not Irish. You're not. Tell an Irishman that who's still troubled by being a Catholic or a Protestant, of which they believe exactly the same thing, apart from one sells a bit across and one doesn't. That's all.
No, it's a constant battle here in the state.
Constant battle over nothing, though.
Right. But it's real.
Yeah, it is. That's the weird thing about it, because in real life, it's not real, but it's made real for no reason except for to exert some sort of superiority over the other people.
So is it here? Hey, we're talking about racism.
Let's get our opinion on it.
Come here.
What?
We want your opinion.
About what?
Racism in the United States. He's saying that it shouldn't even fucking exist, and he's saying that we're all the same race. Like there is no race. Like we're fucking humans. And he was like, now if all of a sudden a Neanderthal popped up, yeah, they're a different race.
Yeah, because they'd be dumb.
They'd be dumb. Can you
say real words?
Well, you can talk like an Irishman if you like.
Yeah, I was gonna say you sound like you're part of the IRA, like you're bad news.
Okay, no, she's watching way too much Sons of Anarchy, like, and she hears you.
Oh, do you know what? I started off loving that show, and then the lead kind of blonde dude, the guy that makes everything so much more dramatic than it actually is,
right?
Just reminded me of my brother. Oh.
Well,
it's gone down. It's so dramatic.
It's so dramatic.
Well, it's pretty thick stuff. You have to chew it as it goes down.
Are you serious?
Pretty much.
Do you guys really like beans? Do you guys really like beans there?
Like beans?
Yes. It's a stereotype in my head that you guys like beans.
Beans, good for your heart. The more you eat, the more you fart. The more you fart, the more you eat, the more you sit in the toilet seat.
That's your motto.
Oh, yeah.
Beans, they're good for your heart. The more you eat, the more you fart, dude. And like they started chasing him out of town, like out of the camp, and like all of the fucking camp counselors or whatever had like fucking pitchforks and like torches and shit, like running down. What are you doing?
I forgot that my tongue was blue, and then something I did made me look at my tongue.
No, like we went to the fucking store earlier, and like we got these slushies, right?
I got the biggest motherfucking drink you could get.
Dude, yeah, it was like that big. It was like straight up American style, you know, like fucking like extra, belly buster.
Extra long.
And then like she like suicide or like the kitchen sink. It's either a suicide or a kitchen sink. I don't know. She just like went down all the fucking rows. Like,
Stop!
and just
Stop right there.
That sounds like a petrol pump. No.
no,
No.
dude. Like, believe me, trust me. Like,
I'm
the
bored.
Kraken will not steer you wrong. That is not what I do.
Release the Kraken.
So, do you even watch Game of Thrones?
Mm-hmm.
You do?
Yeah, religiously.
Wow. Okay. So,
And I read the first 2 books.
what about the books?
I read the first 2.
Dude, you know, you can get the audio books for all of them that are out. So like you don't even have to actually read. Like if you're driving in your car,
I prefer to read them myself. It makes me imagine things. Because I'm quite a creative person.
Mm-hmm.
And when I imagine stuff, it tends to be kind of crazy to imagine. It's like, I don't know how to describe it, but I see things differently sometimes than other people, I think. And I like to be in that place, in that zone where I can imagine stuff differently, I guess.
Dude, yeah. I would suggest you kind of revamp on the show, you know, just to kind of refresh yourself, and then either read the books or listen to the audiobooks like in full. And dude, why I'm telling you, man, like it's fucking amazing, you know. And finally this upcoming season is going to be a spot to where book readers and show watchers are like on the same page, you know, and we all collectively get to walk into something new, you know, because there's still 2 books left, you know, that have yet to be released, you know. And it's something very special, and it's happening right now, you know. And just fucking read the books or listen to it, man. It's fucking amazing. Like there's so many things going on. It's like right now we're living in a time to where these books are going on to where it's the equivalent of people back in the 60s and 70s to when the Lord of the Rings was going on, you know, except now we have the internet, you know, to figure out what's going on, you know, to hear everybody's opinions and all these fucking theories, you know, and all of that. We finally get to, you know, talk about it while it's happening.
I just like listening to all the fake Yorkshire accents.
Right.
I'm from the wall. I'm from North. But I've got to soften it for the American ear. So I've got to talk like this.
Soften it for the American ear. Yeah.
I just love because that you what's Jon Snow's real name? Kip something.
Kit Harington.
Harrington, and he's so posh. When
Yeah.
you hear him speak, he's like Tweedledum and Tweedledee, oh chap, what, hey? And then all of a sudden in Game of Thrones, he's like, I'm from the north, in Winterfell, like what I does. And I used to get up before I went to bed, lick road with tongue, you lot down here living luxury. Just love how he goes about as Yorkshire as a southerner can go. Oh, it's hilarious. And they're all the different Yorkshire accents.
Yeah.
Because my family's all from
Welcome
Yorkshire.
to the north.
Welcome to the north, but we're not really from the north because there's more north than this north. and this make a bit different, like.
There's more north than this north.
But this is pretty far north.
But Jon Snow, it's
all and back.
north.
It's not to you southerners.
It's not to you southerners.
But actually, we're the southerners to them, they're northerners.
Oh my god.
I tell you what, I went to north, I thought not too cool. I came back to north.
I came back to the north. Yeah.
I thought that north was worse than this north. At least here, it snows downwards instead of sideways.
Snows down instead of sideways. Dude, that's like Forrest Gump, dude. He was like, yeah, we had big rain, fat rain, rain that came in sideways, and sometimes rain that came straight up from the ground. You know? Oh my god. Mm-mm.
And then something bit me.
Oh, it's the North. Hey, King Joffrey.
Hey, I want to see you. Come here. Come to my palace. We talk about things. I take your daughter. I marry her to my child. She will barely be legal, but it is okay here. We are fine with that.
It's like, she has oversized cabeza. See? You know, like, dude, my daughter does not have a big head. Like, chill out. Like, no, you will marry her. You know, and there are like people a little bit southern would have been like, we really don't take a whole lot of fancy to you guys coming up here in our territory. You know, like just fucking rednecks running around the Riverlands, like just fucking freaking the fuck out. Like,
I'd love to see an Englishman, a true Englishman, act like an Englishman in one of these situations, like a football fan.
right.
Like proper, like a Millwall or a West Ham fan of old. Be in the kind of the lineup against the enemy of the North or something, and they're all like, "Fuck you! Come on then, you cheeky bastard! I'll bloody stab you! Come on then!" You know. I'd love to see a fight between like proper Cockneys or something as well. Like, oi, you just fucking stabbed me. I'll fucking stab you back then, won't I? You know,
the entire cast of Game of Thrones is fucking dialing it back a bit for us Americans. That's crazy.
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. I'd love to see like a Yorkshireman actually be in the Northern cast. Yeah, it's pretty cold, isn't it? Oh,
yeah,
it's a bit shit, that. Let's go in for a cup of tea. I can't be arsed with this crap.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's fucking raining sideways again. That means that it's cold. I tell thee what, I'll say that there. I tell thee what, we'll go in, wait for it to pass, and then we'll go out and have a party after. Grand.
That's so cool though, man. Like, actually, so many people can like come together and actually create this. I think that's part of like the whole thing with the Game of Thrones, you know, and it's just like it has such like a, you know, mystic property to it, you know, and you know, us Americans where we're over here listening to it, you know, like you. And one thing about us Americans, or me specifically, like I'm like, yeah, all these people have accents. I don't have an accent, you know, or like that's what I think, you know, and it's just why you say I do have an accent.
In the words of the straightest Englishman here, you have a jolly strong accent, old chap.
A Johnny Strong accent. What's that?
A jolly strong.
Jolly Strong? What the fuck is that?
It's rather pronounced.
Explain yourself. I'm confused.
It's distinctively American.
Distinctively American. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
As in very American.
Very American. All right. I can deal with that. I mean, I don't know if that's a bad thing.
With America, to be honest, you just sound like a generic American to me.
A generic American.
Yeah.
Hi. I'm the generic American.
I think there's some connotations for the old world there and the new world.
Right, right. And George, the writer, everything that happens in the books is something that happened in mine, in your real life history. Okay,
Yeah.
like the whole Lannisters and the Red Wedding was based off of.
Oh, there's one. Do you think the Lannisters are the Game of Thrones Rothschilds?
Technically, yeah, because they're so rich, and they're so rich that they can politically sway things in their favor. Do you know what I'm saying? Like politicians, like because they're so rich, politicians at this point have no fucking say because they'll just pay them, you know, and they'll use these people as a puppet.
Hmm.
Yeah. You know,
There.
and like in our life, the Rothschilds go back into thousands of years, you know, of having this old money, you know. Oh man, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's a democracy that doesn't work. Let's get owned by everybody first. That's a whole nother conversation you do not want to start, because
Mm-mm.
I do not know enough about that. But yeah, I think Game of Thrones Rothschilds, the Lannisters. But do you think it's a happy story and they get beaten in the end?
George,
News at this point.
the writer George, he says it's going to be a bittersweet ending. So that means that we're going to get the resolution that we want as readers for our heroic figures, but it's going to come as a cost. And what that cost is, we don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like he's going to give you the end to where our guys, whoever they are at the time, come out on top. The heroes of the story come out on top. However,
Because we're all predisposed towards Starks.
right, right. It's the Starks will come out on top, but it's gonna come at a fucking horrendous cost.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we don't know what it is. That's 2 books down the road, and he averages like fucking 6 to 9 years per book.
Well, they are big books.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gosh. I've never written a book. I don't envy him at all. And that the expectation that comes along with writing those books, that puts pressure on anybody ever writing them, I think. Yeah.
This was not supposed to turn into a Game of Thrones fucking video.
Hmm. But it did.
It did. Yes, it did.
Yeah. Gosh, I can't. Yeah, that's a scary thought, you know, if you, for any writer now, because there's so many things out there, like the books that I have absolutely adored and loved since I was about 10 years old, were the Raymond D. Feist Rift War Saga books, and the whole kind of medieval styled world around that. And I remember years and years and years ago that was a game. It never made TV or anything. They made a big RPG game out of it, and they made a whole world out of it. And these books are amazing. For fantasy books, that's what really kind of got me reading a book every single night. You know, these were books I could not put down. It's similar to the way the Game of Thrones is. Maybe they are slightly more juvenile in some respects, but the writing is different, I suppose. The writers are different. But it really goes... Those books led me to the author of which I took my gaming name. So that's how much of an influence they had on me. So I don't know if you've ever read the kind of Rift War Saga or anything by Raymond D. Feist.
No.
They're incredible. I highly recommend them. And they a lot of these worlds, like the Tolkien kind of world, Middle Earth world, and Krondor and stuff like that, and from what you've got from the books that I particularly enjoy reading, similar to that, and Westeros, they're all very, very similarly put together. And I think the pressure that must go in creating those stories, when they go galactic, like the Game of Thrones has, I think that would make me struggle to write the book again. I wonder if he will actually complete them. Do you think he will?
Yeah. Because he comments a lot about people commenting on him finishing the books like before he dies, and like he takes offense to that. And I think he has a lot more written that we just don't know about, and he has written so much that he's trying to literally compensate for how much he's written to try and condense it down, into a novel, format. Like he's a million steps ahead of everyone.
I guess it's his life work, so yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, definitely. There's a bear and a rabbit sitting side by side in the woods taking a shit. And the bear looks down at the rabbit and he's like, "Hey man, do you have a problem with shit sticking to your fur?" And the rabbit's like, "Nah." So the bear picks him up and wipes his ass with him.
Poor rabbit.
Yeah, poor rabbit.
So Jesus Christ is sitting at the top of his cross.
Oh man, it's gonna be intense. All right, okay.
And he shouts down to his young disciple at the bottom of the hill. Name a disciple. David, come up here. I need to speak to you. So David, the disciple, runs up the hill, and the 2 centurion guards guarding Jesus chop off his arm in blind panic, and he rolls back down the hill in agony, spurting blood everywhere. A little while later, Jesus goes, David, come up here, I need you, sounding awfully pained and rather in need. So David struggles back up and begins to run back up the hill, and the 2 centurion guards, caught off guard, chop his other arm off, and he rolls back down the hill in agony. The middle of the day comes, and Jesus is there on the cross, fully akimbo. David, come up here, I need you. So David, with the help of a friend, stands up and begins to run back up the hill. And the 2 centurion guards chop off his leg, and he rolls back down the hill in agony. Blood pissing everywhere. A little while later, Jesus, sounding even more pained and struggling, David, come up here. With the help of a friend, David stands up on his one good leg and hops up the hill, slowly but surely, making it to the feet of the 2 centurion guards, who chop off his other leg, and down he goes to the bottom of the hill. Finally, one last time, Jesus goes, David, where are you? I've called for you, I need you. So David, using his chin, slowly goes up
the
hill, and he makes it to the feet of the centurion guards, and the centurion guards go, persistent fucker, isn't he? Let him by. So David continues up the hill, using his chin. Bruised and bloody, he makes it to the bottom of the cross. He looks up, without his arms, because he's got no arms. He looks up, Jesus, I made it. I'm here. What can I do for you? And Jesus looks down. I can see your house from here.
That's fucking wrong, dude.
That's devotion.
Devotion.
Blind faith and devotion.
Which leads me into my next topic, blind faith and devotion. You need to follow me and also White Storm in our extravagant rants on just random bullshit that we talk about. And dude, this was a lot of fucking fun, man. A lot of fucking fun.
I'm looking forward to doing it again, hopefully in the future.
Yeah. Yeah. I know you got to go away in about 6 months, but hopefully we can squeeze in a couple of videos here and there.
Sure.
During
Where
this.
There's a will, there's a way.
Right. Everybody, say hello to White Storm. This motherfucker is amazing, and I'll put his YouTube channel in the description. But Greg, man, I want to say thanks for coming by, dude. You've been a fucking wonderful fucking friend to me. Like helping me out on the questionnaire videos that I have on editing, and now we're doing this. This is fan-fucking-tastic.
And it's 2:30 in the morning.
Ah, shit, dude. It's only 10 o'clock over here, so I'm still doing good, man. Fuck it. Yeah, I'm still doing good.
Still going strong. I'm on the council juice as well.
The council juice, my man. All right, so everybody, we will try to tweak what's going on here, and we might have a couple of episodes on White's channel, couple over here. We haven't necessarily decided yet, but I love doing it. I love shooting the shit with you, dude. That's fucking fantastic. That's fantastic.
We're gonna throw as much shit at the wall and see what sticks.
See what happens. Yeah. Fucking see what happens. Yeah. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming by. We love you. I love you. White loves you. He's fucking amazing. Go check his fucking tank videos out because they're funny as shit.